everybody go around the round table. What is the prediction? Because now they're in the Washington Post, New York Times saying Joe Biden's got to go. Kamala Harris, Pete Buttigieg. What happens to Joe Biden?
Well, have you heard the things that like they're trying to figure out whether Jill Biden was asking whether? Did you read those things?
Yeah.
Jill Biden was asking whether or not they can get rid of Kamala.
Yeah.
Like that. I don't.
Whoa, really?
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it's true. I just read.
No,
some shit
that was
online.
even. I was watching. It was like on MSNBC before I came on the show.
If you
But
choose
at
as
the end
your
of the day, like they've got to find someone who could fill Joe Biden's shoes. But if they decided to have Pete Buttigieg leapfrog over Kamala Harris, it's going to be wild. Because even like the hardcore lefties are going to abandon each other.
Well,
like it's going to get really wild because the people that wanted her in there because of identity politics and now have a point of argument, even whether or not they think she was good or not. They think that she got in, they wanted her in for whatever specific reasons, and now she's in, and you're going to have this guy leapfrog over her. If that happens, if they think the only way they can win in 2024 is Pete Buttigieg, we're going to have wild.
And see, I am kissing Joe's ass because
crazy.
he's really politically smart. I knew this 20 years ago, but he's doing it now. Exactly. They're clearly prepositioning Buttigieg to take over. It's all over the frickin' news.
Or maybe he's the vice president.
It's a trial balloon. Because her approval ratings are 28%.
Right.
Everyone in Washington hates her. Gavin Newsom hates her because she took the California position for the presidency away from him.
What?
So
he hates her?
Of course he hates
How do
her.
you know?
Because you hear
you talking shit?
I'm not
Is that why they cut your nose?
No.
Motherfucker.
That's fake. It's a false flag. You didn't get
Hey, careful, Alex. You don't want to get in trouble with that.
His nose is
I still think they're gonna. I think they're gonna take Michelle Obama or Oprah. 2024.
There's no
I think there's a
way.
possibility.
No way.
Okay, well, they're
Michelle.
openly saying everywhere, we've got to replace Biden now. And
Yes.
that's everywhere. So I'm
Well,
asking, what are they planning? How do
Bro,
they do
that
it?
Satchel Paige thing was over the top. People were like, check, please.
What was that?
This the Negro thing. It was
Well,
showing
so-
the Negro leagues and the fake.
Yeah, he goes, he's the number one. I won't even say it. He's the best in the world.
Yeah.
Did you see though when the judge and I keep going back to Rittenhouse case? The judge said, "I hope the Asian food's not on the Long Beach port."
Yes.
And they were like, "What a racist!" And then Joe Biden comes out and said,
Right.
"You know,
took the heat off him.
Now, let's be 100% clean here.
Right.
On this whole thing. The point is, he's degenerating and falling
It's
apart
clearly
fast.
something's wrong.
So
And
you
it's
can't
not,
wait much
it's
longer.
Not, it's not fair. It's like to judge him like in comparison to like judging Obama when he was in office or judging even Trump when he was on. It's not fair. He's got a problem. There's something wrong with him. Right? It's not as simple as I don't like the things he stands for or the special interest groups that have got him into power. I don't like his politics. That's not what's going on here. This is a man who's compromised. Something's wrong and he's deteriorating. And either we admit that, and we all know it, or we don't admit it. So if we don't admit it, then China just starts fucking filling up Facebook with a bunch of fake pages,
And
and
they love it.
we have chaos constantly. You know, what I mean, that's part of what's going on, like with the conversations that people are having online.
Yeah, nobody
They're being
respects us
instigated.
because of him.
Right.
And it's insane.
He's the first
insane.
president who's literally shitty.
Yeah, poopy pants.
Michael Malice, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Michael Malice.
I think
but
about
that's it's part of what's happening. You know, it's like we're in the cult, and if you're in the cult, you have to pretend that the cult leader's okay. You know the cult leader's not okay.
In fact, have you
So
seen
more
all the
and more
Twitter
people
stuff?
are opening their mouths. More and more people going, "Hey, we gotta do something," and people are like, "Yeah, okay." And so they're coming out of this fucking fog, and they're going, "What about that Pete Buttigieg guy? Well,
Who's
he took
plan B?
3 months off for his fucking kid. Like, that's okay. People have short memories. Let's get him back in here."
Well, what about the meme I sent you today of like the Hollywood guys going, he's a rock star, he's punk rock. I mean, there's still, some are still trying
Oh,
to...
that's Joe Biden. Yeah,
Yeah,
Joe
yeah,
Biden.
Well,
He's
Pete
punk rock,
Buttigieg
yeah.
does have intelligence agency connections. So he was tried to be as the kind of prop guy. They did try to push him. So I wouldn't be surprised if they try to push him again.
Of
But
course.
again, the mainstream media, let's admit this, the
Don't
mainstream
call it
media,
mainstream, Luke.
corporate media put in Biden. The corporate media will be putting in the next president of the United
Well,
States.
they're
And to
gonna
me, Biden
try.
is the fall guy.
They're definitely going to try, but the problem is they don't have like a clear, like a person that stands there and go, oh, like on the right, if Trump wasn't around, you look at Ron DeSantis and go, that's the guy.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
strong.
Or Pence.
He's reasonable.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shut the He's
What?
strong.
No?
He's reasonable. He's calm. He's made great judgment choices during this pandemic with Florida. They've turned out to be like, although controversial, ultimately you go good to like the end result. Good choices.
Well, you
And
know
then
why I
in
don't
terms
like
of
Trump.
like business, in terms of like real estate, all these different things that didn't deteriorate like they did in these other countries where they kept the same mortality rate. You look at Florida's business did very well in comparison to like California, where California took a big hit. The restaurants, and even though they have the same sort of mortality rate, when you adjust for age, Florida did better, and then when you look at business, Florida did way better.
California has double the cases of Florida right now.
But here's the next question.
But whose fault is that? That's the problem.
I didn't get like money because I supported Trump. I didn't think Trump was perfect. I thought that he was.
You got Pokemon dollars, right?
Exactly. I thought he was more of a populist, better than what we were being offered. And so with Hillary Clinton, who I know is evil, but now I almost see Trump as destructive because he becomes the opposition to the Democrats, but he's got his own issues. I want it to be populist, not left or not right, but Americans coming together and saying no to Joe Biden, no to the Democratic Party that lied about Russiagate and all of it. I don't think Trump's a bad guy, but I want to be clear. At the end of the day, he went along with warp speed. He went along with the experimental shot, and he's pig-headed, and he won't admit he was wrong. So I'm not going to criticize Biden and Pfizer for this and Fauci and then give Trump a pass. And with Trump's base, I go to these big events with 5, 10, 20,000 people. They're really upset, and then Trump is so pig-headed that he is still going along with the vaccine.
They booed him. They booed him in Alabama. He got booed.
We have to say, always talk to your doctor about what's right for you. Don't take advice from people on the internet. Talk to your doctor if you're feeling unwell and you want to get advice on what you should do to treat yourself.
Pfizer loves you.
Take care of yourself.
Take your booster shot.
Fauci
Well,
is good.
ResetWars.com.
now they're doing
This show's outrageous.
New York has announced booster shots.
I'm not comfortable here.
The UK now it's now
fucking trailer on the side of the road. Talking shit about
Welcome to
vaccines.
Don't you know who I am?
Wait, I was like,
Hey,
Joe,
don't you
come on,
love
where
how
are you?
England-
We're in a trailer on the side of the road.
England is announcing if you don't have the boosters, you're going to be locked in your house just like Austria and Australia.
And France is too. France too.
But let's not talk about it because they'll ban us on there. You're right. I want hundreds of shots, and I think Trump's wonderful then. Alex Jones is saying, I'm sick of fucking Trump, and I'm sick of all these fucking people.
Why haven't you guys gotten him drunk yet? This is
No. We can't do that. That's bad.
You haven't even thought.
But no, listen. There's
This
a big
RV's
difference.
going to crash.
There's a big difference between someone's private medical decisions. The way I see it is, I went to the doctor, you went to the doctor, and they gave us specific medical advice. Joe, let me tell you, when I talked to the doctor, I actually asked them. I said, I don't want ivermectin or Z-Pak. I said the monoclonal antibodies fixed me up just right good. And the doctor said, no, I want you to finish what you've been prescribed. And I said, do I really have to? And they said, yes, because if it comes back, this is what we're prescribing you. And so I was actually like kind of critical. And the media still lies about it. The point is, if you go to your doctor and you figure out whatever you want, I don't care. That's fine. Do what you want to do. If a lot of people have asked me like, would you get the vaccine now? Well, I got Regeneron, the monoclonal, so I can't, and it provides 8 months of protection or whatever. That's what they're saying. The point is, mandating by government a medical procedure for you to buy lunch is fucking insane.
It is.
We're already swearing on the show. Everybody's
over already.
It's over. But if we have had so many people on the show who are like. One guy was in his 50s and he says doctor recommended it. He got it. He's absolutely fine. He feels great. If you choose to do it, I don't care what you choose to do. I'm not going to pretend to be a doctor. I'm not going to pretend to know the secrets of the universe. But I will stand up and say, fuck the government if they're going to tell you, hey, you're obligated to get a permanent medical procedure. Otherwise, you can't work, you can't eat food, you can't go to the movies, you can't go to the bar.
Tim, let's fact check this. Fauci and Gates came out last week in videos I've played like 50 times. People can pull this up. And they both said, oh, sorry. It really doesn't work or do anything. We've got a new vaccine coming out. After 6 months, there's basically no immunity from the shot. That's not a vaccine.
That's paraphrasing.
It's a paraphrasing.
Yeah, come on. Like, the challenge with this stuff is...
No. Joe, tell him I'm not... I can...
Yeah, it wanes. It wanes after time.
Well, we're literally...
The real problem is it's unscientific because they don't recognize the natural immunity from previous infection. Like if you have a real infection with COVID and you recover, you have a more robust natural immunity. It's been shown by that Israeli study, which was 2.5 million people, that had between 6 and 13 times better immunity than you got from the vaccine.
And let me add this.
Let Joe finish. Let Joe finish.
They're in denial about this. So they negate this and they pretend that it's difficult to measure, but it's not difficult at all. We do it at my studio all the time. Yeah. You do a very simple test for antibodies. You can see it very clearly. If it's you do this test, you get a drop of blood, and you see your immunity. You find out that you have antibodies. It's not hard. If that's the case, that's just as good, not just as good. Let's be kind and say it's as good, but
let
it's
me
not.
add this.
It's far better. It's far better than you get if you got infected.
The FDA
he got infected.
Hold on.
He got COVID. He recovered. So he has 6 to 13 times better immunity than someone who gets the vaccine, has like 2 weeks recovery from the vaccine, and now can go out into the world. He's got better coverage.
I'll say two things. The first is that I think politically this is a pit trap. Because a pit trap. A trick. It's you walk and then you stumble through the leaves and you fall into the spikes. Because right now they're saying we are going to mandate 3 shots in the UK, Austria, France, and then what happens is you end up with Rand Paul, who I like the guy, but he says, why aren't we taking natural immunity into the case? And I said, why are you in any way excusing mandates for medical procedures, whether it be a test or a shot? If we're talking about natural immunity, we're talking about you going to a facility, taking time out of your day to get a medical test done if you want to buy food.
No. He's taking one step. He's taking one step in this examination of this narrative.
In their direction, though.
No.
He's saying
one step in the navigation of this narrative is to look at what you're ignoring.
Yeah, why aren't you allowed to talk about natural immunity?
You're ignoring natural immunity. Well, I know your whole case is bullshit. So everything you say, whether you're in for mandates, whether you're telling children they have to get it, whatever the fuck you're saying, as soon as you say your natural immunity from previous infection doesn't count, or you try to pretend that it's impossible to check when you can check in seconds. If you vaccinate someone, they're not good for 2 weeks. You can check their immunity in seconds. I have a fucking video of my phone of me doing it.
I agree. So
takes seconds.
let me just say this. The FDA put a letter out last week under a 4-year lawsuit, and they said no one that we've looked at over millions who had natural immunity has ever transmitted the virus, but everyone that takes the vaccine can at the same level.
Yeah, I don't buy that. I
Yeah,
think
and
people
that's-
just haven't reported whether or not they transmitted the virus.
And
It's
those are
not as simple. It's like you have to somehow or another they have to quantify that you had the virus and then gave it to somebody
Joe,
else.
I'm
after
just
you
going
recovered.
off- I'm just going off
those are
what
two
they
different
say.
things.
I know.
Quite different things.
Yeah.
Someone who gets this is exactly what they say. If you get the vaccine, I think it's an order of magnitude less likely to get sick, and it's less severe. If you do get sick, you're equally likely to transfer the virus to someone else.
But
Yeah,
Fauci
but-
just came out and said that's not true anymore. I have the freaking clip.
Right. After a while, you're still going to get sick. I've had 3 friends now be hospitalized that were vaccinated.
Well, so we had
Hospitalized with COVID.
Thanks for checking out this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. If you want to see the full show, come back to this channel, youtube.com/TimcastIRL, Monday through Friday at 8 p.m., where you can leave comments and super chat, and we actually will read your comments on the show. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and if you want exclusive members-only content, segments you can't get anywhere else, go to timcast.com, become a member, and we even have full bonus episodes. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.